Hey, what's going on guys? In this tutorial I'm gonna show you how to make a WordPress website step by step. If you didn't make any website before or you don't have any experience, then you are in the right place. Today in this tutorial we will create a business website using WordPress. And following the principle of this tutorial, you can make any kind of website. So let's take a overlook what we are gonna create today. First, we will see how to create this banner section with this text, this button and this background image. Then we will see how we can create this services area where you show your services. Then we will create this featured portfolio section where you can filter your portfolio by categories in this creative way. Then we will make this testimonial area where you can add your client's feedback. Then how to create this team member area where you can show your team members' images, their names and their designation. We will also create this section where you can show your latest blogs like this. And here is a simple call to action section with this text and this button. Then I will show you how you can create an About Us page where you can describe about yourself or your company and also add some images like this. We will see how we can showcase your working skills with this kind of nice progress bar. And you can include all of your team members inside your About Us page. Then we will create this services page where you can talk about the great qualities of your company and show all of your services. And then we create this nice featured section with some text and this image. Then I will show you how to make a separate portfolio page where you can include all of your works and add a load more button to load more items. Then how to create a contact us page where you can embed your location by using Google Maps. And we will also add a fully functional contact form, so when your client wants to contact you, they can simply fill out this form and you can receive an email from them. We will also see how to configure the header and the footer of our website, how to add a logo and the navigation menu inside your header, and lastly I will show you how to write blog posts from your dashboard and how you can show them on your blog page. And we will also create a single blog page where people comment on your post and you can also reply back to them. So here all of our pages are fully responsive. If you see it from tablet, mobile or any other devices, it also looks very perfect from all of them. We are going to build this website by using an awesome drag and drop page builder called Elementor. So you don't need to do a single line of coding. Everything we do here just by drag and drop. So before we start, let's introduce myself. I'm Jitu Ryan. I'm a professional web developer since 2013. So far I have been made more than 100 WordPress websites for my clients. So now I will help you to build your own website even if you are a complete beginner. Now first of all, let's talk about why we choose WordPress to build our website. Because around 40% of all the websites you see are made only by WordPress. It's so popular because it's free and it's very easy to use, and nowadays you can make almost any kind of website with WordPress. Here we are going to create our website in easy 4 steps. First we will get a domain and hosting for our website. I'll give you a special discounted link where you can get around 50% discount. And then we will install WordPress. Then we also install themes and plugins for our website. And lastly, we start creating our amazing website. So before starting, I want to tell you that it's going to be a full-length step-by-step tutorial. So you have to be patient to watch this full tutorial. And you know, it's not very easy to watch a 3 to 4 hour long tutorial. Only a few people have that much patience, but after spending these 3 hours, you can make almost any kind of design for your website. Okay, now let's talk about our first step, which is getting a domain and hosting. So domain is basically the name of your website. like www.youtube.com. This is the domain name of YouTube. Like this, you can also get your own domain name like www.yourdomainname.com or yourcompanyname.com. You can get it for only $5, but I'll show you how you can get it for free for the first year. So you don't have to spend anything for your domain. And then we need web hosting. Basically, to build our website, we need some files. And hosting is a space on the server where you can store that files for your website. I'll show you how you can also get your hosting within $3 to $5, which is also pretty cheap. So let's see how we can get our domain and hosting. And here, if you already have domain and hosting, you can skip this part, but if you don't, just follow along with my steps. So first click on the very first link on my description or just type makedreamwebsite.com/Bluehost. It will bring you to the Bluehost website, and if you go through my link, you will get a special discount. So you can get it at a very affordable price. Here I recommend you to use Bluehost because I have hosted my own websites on Bluehost for a long time, and they have a great customer service. So whenever I face any problem, I directly contact their support team and they instantly reply back to me. And here I also never get any downtime. Before Bluehost, I have also used another renowned hosting company, and they also promised me to never get a downtime. But that was really a bad experience for me. Then when I switched to Bluehost, I never faced any problem like that. So that's why I always suggest you to get Bluehost. Now let's click on Get Started. And here you can see there are different pricing plans. If you need only one website, you can choose their basic plans. Or if you need multiple websites, you can choose the other plans from here. Here this Plus and Choice Plus plans are almost same, but this Choice Plus plan has the free domain privacy and this automated backup feature. And you can also choose their Pro plans where you can get this optimized CPU resources option, which gives you more speed and processing power. So if you have a lot of visitors on your website, you can also go with their Pro plans. But in this tutorial, we are going to select our basic plans, which is only $3.59 per month. Here you can get 50 GB SSD storage, these custom themes, 24/7 customer support, and you can get your domain for free for the first whole year, and this also included the CDN and SSL certificate. Right now let's click on select, and here we will set up our domain. If you already have a domain, you can enter your domain here and click on next. But I'm assuming that you don't have a domain, so for this you can create a new domain from here. Okay, here on the right side you can see different options, .com, .net, .org. From here you can choose any of these, but I always recommend you to use .com because .com website is good for search engine optimization, and this always looks very professional and legit. Okay, so let's try creating a new domain from here. If we type Amazon and click on next, here it says the domain amazon.com cannot be used on Bluehost. Please try a different domain name. So we all know amazon.com is the official website of Amazon. It's already have been booked, so we need to try a different domain name for our website. You can give your name here, or your company or business name, or any name you want to give it to your domain, but here I want to try with my name. Okay, this is jiturayan.com. Right now let's click on next. Okay, now we can see our domain name is available, and right now we need to fill up this information. So first of all, let's complete our account information. Here we need to give our first name and this last name, then this business name. This is optional, but I want to give this. And from here you can select your country. I'm from Bangladesh, so here I select Bangladesh, and then let's fill up other fields right here. Okay, we have filled the other informations, and here we also give our email address. This email address is very important because you will receive your receipt to this email address, and at the later time if you face any problem and they need to confirm your identity, they will verify them with your this email. Now let's scroll down, and here is our package information, and right now our selected plan is for 36 months, which is $3.95 per month. But here we want to get it for 1 year, so let's select 12-month price, which is $5.95 per month, and it's still pretty cheap. Next, go to package extras, and from here we don't need any of this, so let's deselect this domain privacy and protection, and also this code guard basic, site log security. So after deselecting this, we can see our total price is only $71.4, and after that here we need to fill up our payment information. So let's fill up it with your card information, and then let's check this, so you are agree with their terms and policy, and finally let's click on submit. Okay, here it says your purchase was a success, so our purchase is successfully completed, and here we can see our receipt with all the information we have just put it, and this receipt will also be sent to our mail, so we can also check this from here. Now let's click on this create account button, and from here we will create our account, and at the top you can see the domain name which we have already selected, and after that we need to create our new password, and here you can see some conditions for your password, so you have to follow all of the conditions for creating your password, which is very helpful to make it more stronger. Now let's create our password here, and here we will retype that password again, and then also check this to agree with their privacy policy and term and service, and let's click on create account. Okay, then you can see a page like that, and here click on go to login to log into our account. Now from here let's log into our Bluehost account, and here on this domain name field let's again put your domain name, and for the password let's also give your password, and click on login. After login you can see a form like that where you can fill up this field to create your website, but we will not create our website from here, so let's click skip this step, and here also click on skip this step, and for this final step let's also click on this again, and here if you see a pop-up like that, click on get started, and as we don't buy domain privacy and protection, so let's turn off domain and privacy, and click on this button, and here just close this pop-up. Okay, we have successfully created our Bluehost account. Right now we will verify our email address, so if we go to our mail we can see we have received a mail like that. Here let's click on verify your email, and our mail is successfully verified. So we have completed our first step, which is get a domain and hosting. Right now we will install WordPress for our website. For installing WordPress, here let's click on my sites, and here under add site choose this create new site option. Here you can build your site in two ways, by WordPress, or you can use the Bluehost website builder. We are going to build our website by using WordPress, so let's click on this get started, and here we need to give our site name. You can give your company name here, so let's give our site name to this, and after that we will add our site tagline. Here if you have any motto or any tagline for your business, you can write that here. Okay, we keep it like that, but you can also change this at any time from your WordPress dashboard. So right now let's click on advanced, and from here you can add your email address. So let's give your email address here, and here you can create your WordPress username and password. So let's give the username and this password, and then click on next. Here it recommends you to add some additional plugin, but we don't need that, so let's deselect all of this and keep this default option and click on next. So we have successfully installed WordPress in our website. Now here, this is our WordPress username and this is our WordPress password, and here this is the URL of our website. But don't worry by seeing this weird URL, because this is a temporary URL given by Bluehost. Basically, for the first time when you create your website, it may take a few moments to set up your website on your original domain. So in the meantime, Bluehost give you this temporary URL. So we can continue with that. And under here, this is our WordPress admin URL. And if you want to log into your WordPress dashboard, you can click on this login to WordPress. So this is our WordPress admin dashboard, and if we click on this top left corner here, this is the front end of our website. So when a visitor comes to your website, they can see a page like that. And obviously right now this not looks so cool. We will work on that later. But before that, let's go to our WordPress dashboard. So for going to WordPress dashboard, let's click on this corner here. Here from this dashboard, we can change the content of our website. We can create new posts or pages, or we can change our website themes. We can also install additional plugins, and there are so many options. We will walk you through all of this. But before that, here on the top left corner, I don't want this Bluehost option. So for disabling this, first of all, I want to go to this plugins option. And here you can see some plugins are already been installed by Bluehost. So if you don't know what plugins are basically like the add-ons of your WordPress website. So if you want to add some extra functionality to your WordPress website, you can add additional plugins from here. And here we can see some default plugins. So basically when you install your WordPress through Bluehost, Bluehost installed those plugins by default to your website. So here, first of all, I want to deactivate these activated plugins. So let's select all of these activated plugins, and from bulk action, here choose deactivate and click on apply. And after deactivating, I want to delete all of this. So let's select all from here and choose the bulk action to delete and click on apply. And here also click on OK. Alright, so all of our plugins are successfully deleted. Now first of all, I want to check if my domain is already available or not. So we can get rid of this temporary domain like this. So let's open a new tab and here type https:// then our domain name jiturayan.com. Okay, we can see our domain is now successfully installed, and here we can see this is the front page of our website. And now from here we want to go to our WordPress admin panel. So for this, after this domain name, we need to type /wp-admin. So by going to this URL, you can also go to your WordPress dashboard. So every time you don't have to go through Bluehost to log into your WordPress. So let's go to this page. And this is the login page of our WordPress dashboard. And here you need to enter your WordPress username or WordPress email address. I put my WordPress email address here and also type password and click on login. So we have successfully logged into our dashboard. Right now I want to walk you through some basic options of WordPress. So let's first go to this post. From here you can write blog post for your website. You can see this is a dummy post which is created by default from WordPress. If you want to create a new post, let's click on this add new button, and from here you can set the title of the post. So let's write the title, and after that from here you can write the content for your blog post. Let's paste some dummy content here. From this content section you can do a lot of things, like if you want to make some part of this text to bold, you can do that, or you can also make this italic, or you can also make a link, and if you want you can also insert images inside your blog post. And there are a lot many options. I'll show you them when we create our blog post, but right now let's go to this post option, and from here I want to add a featured image for this post. So let's select an featured image, click on select files and choose this image. Okay, after that let's click on publish, and right now if we go to our home page, we can see our newly created blog post has also added here, and this is our old blog post. So from here if you want to read the full article, you can click on that post, and from here you can see the full blog post, and people can also comment on that post from here. So basically this page is called a single blog post page, where you can show the details about this post. And if we go back to our dashboard, here we can also see that our newly created blog post has also added. From here if you want to edit any post later, you can also do that anytime, or if you want to delete a post, you can click on this trash. Okay, our deleted post is no more here, but it's not completely deleted, because if we go to our trash section, here we can see the deleted blog post. So if you want to delete this permanently, you can click on this delete permanently option, or if you delete this by mistake, you can also restore this by clicking on this restore option. Okay, after that let's go to this media option, and this is the media library. So if you upload any images inside your post or pages, all of these images you can see from this media library section. Okay, then let's go to our pages. Here you can see 2 dummy pages. These pages are also created by WordPress by default. So let's see this sample page. You can see this is our sample page, and this is the content inside this sample page. And when we create new pages for our website, like the about page or service pages, we can create those pages from this section. So after that, if we go to this comment option, from here we can see all the comments people have commented on our blog post, and from here you can approve or unapprove any of your users' comment, or you can also mark them as spam, or if you don't like any comment at all, you can delete them by clicking on this trash option. Alright, now let's go to this appearance option, and here you can see different themes for our website. Themes are for basically changing the design and layout of your website. It's something like changing your phone theme. So when you change your theme, only the design will be affected, but the content of your website will remain the same. From here you can choose any of these themes, or if you want to add a new theme, you can also add this by clicking on this add new button here. So right now let me show you how changing the themes will affect our website. If we go to our home page, we can see this is our home page looks right now, and from here I want to change the theme to this one, 2019, and then if we go to our home page and refresh this, alright, we can see the design of our website has been fully changed. and here you can see this is our blog post, and this is another one. And at the top here you can also see our site title, our site tagline. So all the content of our website will remain the same, but only the design has been changed. So let's go back to our dashboard, and here I have already discussed about this plugin option. So let's go to this next part, to the users. And here right now there is only one user, which is myself. And if you look at this, here you can see the role of the user is administrator. So from here, this add new option, you can also add another user for your WordPress dashboard. So if you click on this add new button, from here you can set the information of your newly created user, like their email address, username, first name, last name, and other information. But here is the interesting thing, which is this role option. From here you can select the role of that user. So from the drop down we can see there are multiple options. Here the administrator can do everything of your dashboard. They can create post pages or change the themes or plugins and control everything within your dashboard. And here is the editor role. So for the editor, they can only manage the blog post of your website, but they cannot access the other options. So if you want to add another team member who is going to be only manage your blog post, but you don't want to mess up with your other settings, you can assign their role as the editor. Alright, and after that there are several roles: authors, contributors, subscribers. This role also have different purposes, but here I don't want to go through all of this. Then next go to this tools option. Here you can find different tools for importing or exporting your website data. So that's very helpful when you want to move your website to another place. And lastly, I want to go to this settings option. Here is the general settings, and you can see this site title and the tagline option. We have set this option when we install WordPress. So like I said before, you can also edit any of this field at any time you want. So here I did a mistake, I typed it 2 times. So let's fix this. And if you make any changes, you need to click on this save button at the bottom. Alright, and here under settings there are several options. So I don't want to go through all of this, but here let's go to this permalink option, which is very important. So from here you can choose different permalink style for your pages. So right now if we go to our home page, and from here if we go to this blog post, okay, you can see this is the single page of this blog post. And here if you look at this URL, you can see after this domain name, here is a question mark, then p is equal to 13. Here this 13 is the ID of this post. So that's why it's written like this, p is equal to 13. And if we go to our another post, this one, here you can see for this post, here p is equal to 1. So that means this post's ID is equal to 1. But here we don't want to show our URL like this. For this, let's go to this permalink option, and here I want to choose this option, post name. And here you can see after our domain name, this will be the name of our blog post or pages. So if we click on save changes and refresh this page, we can see our URL has been changed like this. So here this hello world basically comes from the title of this post. And I always like this pattern of permalinks because it always looks very easy to read for the users and always seems more organized. Alright, so we have go through some basic options of our WordPress dashboard. Right now we will install a theme and also install some additional plugins to make our website. So for this, let's go to our WordPress dashboard. And here under appearance, go to themes. So from here I don't want to use any of these existing themes. I want to add a new theme here. So let's click on this add new button, and here on the top right corner I search for a theme called Astra. Okay, let's install this one and then activate this. So after installing our theme, let's go back to our front end, and here if we go to our home page, okay, we can see a different look for our website, and I really like this simple modern design which comes from the Astra theme. So we have successfully installed our Astra theme. Now we need to install a plugin called Elementor. So for this, here let's open a new tab, and here type makedreamwebsite.com/Elementor. And this will bring you to this page, and here let's click on get started. And here you need to put your email address and also set a password for creating a new account. So here let's put my email address and then create a password. Okay, then here it asks, do you have a WordPress website? Yes, we have a WordPress website. So let's here click on the right side on this continue button, and here you can see there are different pricing plans. This one is for free, and on the right side all of these are premium, which also include the Elementor Pro version. So if you need this for only one website, you can go with their essential plan, or if you need it for 3 websites, you can purchase their advanced plan, or you can also go with their expert plan if you want to use Elementor Pro for 25 websites. But here we don't want to use any of this. We will install the free version. So let's click on install free, and here we need to put our domain name, and then click on check for WordPress to check if WordPress has installed on our website, and then click on install Elementor, and here on this bottom let's click on install now. Okay, Elementor has successfully installed on our website. Then we need to activate this plugin. So for this, let's click on activate plugin. Alright, so we have successfully able to install Elementor on our website. So we have installed the necessary themes and plugins to make our website. Right now we are ready to build our amazing website. Now our first step will be creating some pages. For this, let's go to this pages option, and here you can see the default pages. These are built by WordPress. Right now I want to delete all of this, so select all from here and choose the bulk action to move to trash, and click on apply. And here I want to delete this permanently, so let's go to trash, and here I want to delete all of these, so let's click on empty trash. Now to create new pages, let's click on add new, and first of all I want to create our home page, so let's give the title to home, and here on the bottom we can put the content for our home page, but right now we keep this empty. We will put our pages content later, but before that let's create all of the pages we have used on our website. So to save this page, let's click on this publish button, and again on here. Okay, then I want to add our about page, so let's go back to our all pages, and here again click on add new, and give the page title about, and also save this. Then we will create our services page. Okay, on this page we will show all of our services, so let's save this page right now. and then a portfolio page where we can showcase all of our portfolio. Okay, save this. Then let's create a blog page. Here on this page we will show all of our blog posts. Okay, save this. And finally we will create our contact page, so people can contact us through this contact page, where we put a contact form and also embed a Google map. Okay, let's publish this one. Okay, all of our pages has been created. Now let's go to our home page and refresh this. Here on the top right side we can see all of our pages has been added to this menu. Alright, so right now this is our home page, and on our home page URL we can see this is our latest blog post. But here on this home page we don't want to show our latest blog post. Instead, here we want to show a customized home page, and we will show our blog post inside our blog page. So how can we do that? For this, let's go to dashboard, and under settings go to this reading option here, and at the top this option your home page displays. For this, let's select this option, a static page, and I want to set my home page to our newly created home page, this one, and I want to make this post page to our newly created blog page, and then click on save changes. So right now if we go to our home page and refresh this, alright, right now on our home page we can see our customized home page, and if we go to our blog page from here, so on this blog page we can see our latest blog post. So that looks perfect. Okay, after that we will customize our header and footer. So if you look at the top here, this area is called our website header, and at the bottom this is called our footer. So if we go to any of our pages like portfolio or about page, for all of the pages we can see our header and footer, and between this header and footer we will set different content for our different pages. So here, before creating our pages content, first of all I want to customize our header, and here on this header on the left side we can see our site title, and on the right side we can see our navigation menu. First of all I want to organize this navigation menu because this menu is not properly organized. So to configure our menu, let's go to this appearance option, and under appearance go to menus, and here first of all we need to create a new menu, and here you can give the menu name. You can give it any name. I want to give it to main menu, and then click on create menu. Okay, on this menu I want to add all of our pages. So on the right side from here you can select the pages. So here you can see most recent pages, but I want to select to all. So from here let's select all of this by clicking on select all and click on add to menu. Okay, here you can see all of the pages has been added as our menu item, and here you have the full control. You can organize the menu item order. So here after home I want to add this about page, so let's drag this over here, and after about I want to put this service page and then this portfolio page. Okay, then this blog and contact page. Okay, everything is alright. And lastly, from here you need to choose a menu location to display this menu. From here I want to select this primary menu option to show this menu at our header. Okay, then lastly click on save menu. So let's refresh our page. Okay, we can see our navigation menu now is properly organized. Okay, here I want to show you another thing. If we go to this menus, and here if we want, we can also make a menu item as a sub item like this. So if we drag any menu item a little bit right, so we can able to make them as a sub item like this. So right now if we click on save menu, okay, right now we can see this portfolio page is a sub menu item under this services page. Alright, but here I don't want to make this a sub item, so let's undo this. Let's make it a regular menu item. Okay, after that I want to add a logo instead of the site title over here. So go to our dashboard and go to this customize option, and here you can see different customization option for our website. From here you can customize different portion of your website, like this header or this sidebar, or you can also edit this footer. So right now I want to edit the logo over this header, so let's click on the header builder and go to logo. From here we can upload a logo, so let's click on this, and here click on select, and from here you can crop your logo if you need, but here I don't need to crop my logo, so let's click on skip cropping. Okay, here you can see our logo, but it looks too big, so you can set the width of this logo from here. Let's give it a width to 100 pixel or 110, looks fine. And here after this logo I don't want to show our site title, so for this let's disable this option, display site title. Okay, then on the right side I want to customize the design of this menu, so let's click on this edit icon over here, and for this menu let's go to this design option. Here first of all I want to change the menu item color, so let's go to here menu color option and give the text color from here. Okay, and here we also want to change the menu item font, so we can do that here from this option menu font. From here on this drop down we can select a lot of font family, or you can also search from here to any specific font family. I search for Poppins, so let's select this font, and from here you can control the font size or other font option like font weight. If we make it to 500, this looks better. Okay, and after that I want to add a spacing above the menu item at the top and the bottom. So for this go to this menu spacing option, and here I want to make a 10 pixel spacing. Okay, but on the right and left I don't want this 10 pixel spacing, so remove this clip icon over here, and right now you can independently control each of this spacing. So right now our header looks much better. Next we will customize our footer. So first of all I want to edit this footer copyright text, so for this let's click on this edit icon here, and here you can see this text is basically comes from this text over here, and here it's written copyright, and after that you can see some code between third bracket. Here this code between this third bracket is called a shortcode. So when you write a shortcode like this will dynamically show something instead of this shortcode. Like here when we use this current year shortcode, instead of this, here we can see our current year like this. So here's the benefit is when you use this shortcode, this year will be automatically updated over time. So you don't have to manually update your year each time. And after that, here we can see another shortcode, our site title. So instead of this, here we can see our website title which we given before. So this shortcode is also useful because when we update our site title, this will automatically update it over here. So we don't have to manually edit our site title here. Okay, here I want to edit this text a little bit. I want to remove this powered by text, and after here I want to show the text all right reserved. Okay, then I want to change this text color. So let's go to this design option, and from here let's choose a white color. And for this footer I want to choose a dark background color. So let's click on this edit icon here and go to design and select the background color to this. And here for this footer I want to add some padding at the top and bottom. So here remove this clip icon, and at the top let's give 40 pixel padding, and also at bottom 40 pixel. Perfect. Okay, now to save our changes, let's click on this publish button, and if we go back to our pages and refresh this, we can see our customized header and this footer. Right now I want to start building my home page. So go to our dashboard and go to pages, click on this home page. So here this is our home page title, and right now we will put the content inside this page. But here we don't want to use this WordPress default Gutenberg editor, because this Gutenberg editor doesn't have so many customization and design option. So for this we will use our Elementor page builder. So after installing the Elementor plugin, here we can see this button, edit with Elementor. So let's click on this. Okay, this is our Elementor editor, and at the top this is our header and this is our footer, and between this header and footer we can build our pages using this Elementor builder. Here on the left side you can see a lot of elements which we can add to build our page. Like if you want to add a heading, you can use this heading widget, or you can use an image widget to add image, or there are video widget, button widget, and lot of widget you can use from here. So here for adding this widget, first of all on the right side we need to create a new section. So to create a new section, click on this plus icon, and from here you can choose different structure for your section. You can choose a 2-column layout or 3-column, or there are so many options. Here let's choose this one, this 2-column layout, and here you can see this is our left column and this is our right column, and inside each column you can put your content. So to add an content, let's click on this plus icon, and from this widget area I want to add this heading widget. So let's drag this widget inside this column here. So we can see our heading is added on this column, and after that if we want to add another widget, like from here I want to add an image widget. So let's drag this. You can put this on any column. I want to put this on the right column here. You can see our image has also added over here. So here before starting you need to be very clear about these three things: the section, the columns, and the element. So to add any content, first of all you need a section, and inside a section you need some columns to make the layout for your content, and inside each column you can put your content as your widgets. So you can use your text or images or video or button, anything inside your column. So here if you want to edit any section, you can click over the edit icon for that section here, and on the left panel you can see the customization option for the section. And if you want to edit any column, you can click on this edit icon for that column here, So right now on the left side, this is the edit option for the left column, and if we click on the right column, right now this edit option is for our right column. And from here you can also right click on any column option, and there are different options, like if you want to add a new column after that, you can also do that from here, or if you want, you can also delete any column like this. Our second column has deleted. Right now there is only one column. So after column, if you want to edit any specific widget, you can click on this pencil icon over here for that widget, and right now this is the option for that widget. And if you look over here, you can see for each widget there are 3 different tabs. The first one is content, from where you can change the content of the widget, and this is the style tab, from where you can design the content. And on the advanced tab, you can find a lot more option for customizing this widget. So if we go to our content tab, and from here we can change the text for this heading. So let's change the text from here. Okay, we can see our header is immediately changed over here, and here we can also edit our header directly by clicking on this. So if we remove any text from here or add any text, we can also do that from here. And after that, here you can see an HTML tag option, so we can select the HTML tag from here. And here is the alignment option. You can make it to align center or right, and if you want to make this heading a link, you can also put that link here. So this is basically the option for our content. And after that, if we go to our style, from here we can control the design for this heading. So if we want to change its color, we can do that from here. Let's make it to fully black color, and we can also control the opacity for the color from here. We can make it fully transparent or fully solid color. Then from this typography option, we can control the typography for this heading. Like if we want to change the font family, here we can find a lot of font family, and we can also search for any specific font. I choose my favorite font, Poppins. And from here we can control the font size. We can change the font weight to any weight. We can also control the text transform. If we want to make it all the uppercase, we can do that from here. And there are also a lot more options, the text shadow, the blend mode. And then go to advanced tab, and here you can also find a lot more option. Like if we want to add some padding for this widget, we can do that from here. So let's give a 50 pixel padding, so you can see this padding over here. Okay, now to save all of this, we need to click on this update button. And if we want to preview our actual page, we can click on this preview icon here. Okay, this is our final preview. So when a visitor comes to your website, they can see the output like this. Okay, we have learned the basic of how we can create and design our widgets, and we have created our first heading. But here this is not our actual page. So for this I want to delete this section, and I want to start from scratch to build our home page. So for this, first of all, I want to create a new section with one column. So select this one, and then inside this section, first of all, I want to add an heading. So let's drag this heading widget here, and I want to change its text. And let's make this heading's alignment to center. And here I also want to use the Poppins font. So let's go to style, and from the typography, select this Poppins font. And I want to increase the font size. You can control this from here, or you can also type a number. Let's make it 60 or 62. and also make this font weight to bold, so make its weight to 700. Okay, so after our first heading, here I want to include another heading, so let's go to this widget area again, and from here you can also drag another heading above or down to this. But here I don't want to add this heading in this way. Instead I want to delete this, and from this header I want to duplicate my another header. So let's right click on here, and you can see this duplicate option. Okay, you can see our header is now duplicated, and not only our content but also the style, the font family, and everything we used for this is also duplicated for our second heading. Okay, but here for our first text I want to decrease its font, so go to typography and make its font to 15 or 16 pixel. Okay, and obviously I want to change its text, so go to content and change its text to this. And here after these headings I want to add a button, so for this go to again to here, and you can see this is our button widget. So let's drag this under here, and first of all let's change its alignment to center. And here I also want to use the Poppins font, so we can go to style, and from our typography we can choose this Poppins font like before. But here for our website we will use this Poppins font for all the pages of our website, and we will use it for every content. So instead of putting this font one by one from every widgets, we can make it a global font. So to make our Poppins a global font, we need to go to here, and you can see here is the site settings, and go to global fonts. And here you can see different global fonts, primary, secondary, the fonts for the text, the font for the links. We will set every of this to our Poppins font. So let's change this to Poppins. Also this. Okay, we have changed all of our font. Now click on update and close these global settings. And then we also need to set our Poppins global font also from our customizer settings. So let's go to our customizer and go to global and go to typography, best typography, and from here select the body font family to our Poppins font. Okay, select this, and here you will also need to publish this. Okay, right now you can also notice that our footer copyright text font is also changed to Poppins. So right now let's close this, and we need to refresh our page to get our global settings. So let's update this, and if we refresh again, okay, right now I want to delete our button, and again if we take a new button here, okay, we can see for this button it's automatically get this Poppins font. Okay, so let's adjust the other settings, set the alignment to center, and here I also want to reduce the font size, so go to style and to the typography, make the font size to 14 pixel, and then from here you can change the color of this button. So this is the background color option for this button, which is this green color, and you can see from here you can control the text color, this white text color. So first of all let's change the background color, so click on this color picker, and from here you can select any color from this color range, or you can also control the saturation of the color by dragging it up and down. And from here you can also control that color transparency. You can make it fully transparent or fully solid color, or if you want to use any specific color code you can also paste that color code here. Here I want to select a pink color, so let's put that color code here. So this is our pink color, and we will also use this color on other places in our website. So I want to save this color as a global color, so we can easily find that from our color picker. To save this pink color as a global color, let's click on this plus icon, and from here you can name this color any name. I want to name this to pink, and then click on create. So right now if we click on this global icon beside this color here, we can see our global color is also added here, and above this we can also the default color of the Elementor. Okay, so next here we can see some border radius for this button. I don't like this rounded corner, so let's make the border radius to fully 0. Okay, now it's fully square. And here I also want to adjust the padding, so you can see this padding option here. I want to make 20 pixel padding around this button, but on the left and right I want more padding, so let's unclip this, and on the left and right I want to make 40 pixel. Okay, lastly here I want a yellow shadow on the left bottom side of this button. So you can see here the box shadow option. From here you can choose the color for this shadow. I want to use a yellow color. Okay, you can see a blurry yellow shadow here, but here I don't want to make this blurry, so from here let's make its blur to fully 0, and from here we can adjust the horizontal and vertical position of this shadow. Okay, now our button looks so nice, but here we forget to change this text, so let's go to content and make this text to this. Okay, we have designed our banner widgets. Now I want to use a background image for our banner. So for this, go to this section settings here, and here before adding our background image, I want to increase the height of this banner. So here you can see the height option. Right now it's default. From here make it to min height, and you can make it to any height you want, and you can also control the unit of this height. From here I prefer to use the VH height. So here the VH means the viewport height. If you make it to 100 VH, that's mean it 100% of the viewport height. Okay, so here let's make it to 91. Then let's add an background image for this section. So go to its style, and from here you can set different kind of background for this section. You can choose the classic one, and you can use a solid color or a background image. You can also use a gradient background color from here, or you can also use a video as a background, or you can even use a slideshow as a background for this section. But right now let's use an image, so let's click on here and upload an image from our computer. Okay, let's select this one, and here you can see all of the images we will be using in our website. So instead of uploading this one by one, I want to upload all of this to our media library before creating our pages. So from here I don't need these two, we already used this, so let's drag this on here. Okay, all of our images has been uploaded to our library, and here if you want to use these exact same images I have used on my website, you can also get that on my website. I will also attach that link on my description. You can get this from here. Okay, so right now let's choose our background image, this one, and after uploading this background image, here you can see several options for adjusting the background image. Like from here you can set the position of the background image. If we make it to center, this image's center is now at the center of this section. From here you can also choose another option, and here is another option, background size. So from here you can select different option, contain or cover. Okay, I would like to make it to cover, because when you set its size to cover, this image will always fill the whole section. And after background, let's go to this background overlay option, and from here you can set a overlay above this background image, because you can see we cannot read this text properly above this image. From here on this image you can use a solid color overlay, or you can also use another image above this background, but here let's use an solid color. And here I also want to save this color, so let's save this. I want to name this to dark. Okay, but you can see it looks too dark, so I want to reduce the opacity for this overlay from here. Okay, 0.45 is perfect. So here lastly I want to change the color of this heading, so here I want to make this to fully white, and also for this go to style and make the text color to white. And here I would like to make this text in 2 lines, so that's how we need to reduce the width for this heading. For this, go to this headings advanced section and go to positioning, and you can see the width option here. From here select the custom, and you can set a custom width for this heading. Okay, let's make it 800. Okay, but here you can see the alignment for this heading is changed to left. We need to make it to center of this column, so for this go to this column settings, and from here you can see this horizontal alignment option. Let's make it to center. Alright, right now it looks good, but we need some spacing between this padding and this heading, so again go to its advanced option and make some bottom margin for this heading. Here remove the clip icon and make this bottom padding to 30. Okay, right now that looks really cool. So our banner section is done. Now we will create a services promo section under here, and here we will show our best services. So for this, let's click on add new section, and here we also use one column layout, and here we also want to use an small heading. So let's duplicate this from here again and drag it over here. Okay, we cannot see our heading, so first of all let's change its text color. Go to its style and change its color to this pink, and also set the alignment to the left side, and from here also change the text. Okay, our text looks good, but here you can see we need some spacing at the top of this section. So go to this section settings, go to advanced, and give some top padding for this section. Let's make it to 150 pixel. Okay, and after this small heading I want to add another big heading. So for this, let's copy this one, let's duplicate this and drag it here, and for this I want to use the dark color. Click on this global icon and choose this dark color, and first of all let's change its text and also align this to left, and here it seems too big, so that's how let's reduce the font size a little bit. Let's make it to 40 pixel, and I don't want this bottom margin for this heading, so go to advanced and again link all of these values and remove this 0 from here. And here I want to reduce its width more, so go to again positioning and reduce its width to 620 pixel. Okay, after this two heading, here I want to add an big text, so let's again duplicate this heading from here, and first of all let's change its text, and first of all I want to make it to full width, so go to advanced and positioning and remove the custom width from here and choose the width from here to default. And I want to align this text to the right side, so go to content and make the alignment to right. And for this heading I want to use a light color, so go to style and from here choose this color. And I want to make this text super big, so go to this typography and increase its font size to 160. And here let's reduce this upper gap here, so go to advanced, and from here I want to use some negative margin for this heading. Remove this clip icon. For this top margin I want to make it to -75 pixel. Okay, all of our service sections heading are done. Now here we will put our services on 3 different columns. So for this, inside this section I want to make 3 columns. Go to here, and here you can see an inner section widget. Let's drag this under this heading here. So you can see this is an inner section with 2 columns, but here we need a 3 column layout, so that's how I want to add a new column by clicking on here. And first of all, let's make our first services. So inside our first column I want to add a widget called icon box. Drag this here inside the first column, and you can see in this icon box here is an icon and heading and also some text. Here we will put our service title and we will put some brief text about our services here. Okay, first of all let's change our services icon. From here you can choose a lot of icon. If we scroll up or down, we can see there are a lot of icons, and from this search bar you can also find any specific kind of icon. I want to search for a layer icon. Select this one and click on insert, and then I want to change this heading from here and also the text. Okay, then let's go to our style section to style this icon box. And here first of all I want to make this icon to our pink color. So from this primary color option for this icon, click on this global icon, choose our pink color. Then here we also want to make some spacing between this icon and this heading, so let's increase this to 20 pixel. And here is the option for controlling the size of this icon. I want to make it to 52. Okay, then let's go to this content tab, and from here you can see this alignment option. You can make this alignment to left or right, and here I don't like this default blue color, so go to this title option and go to this color, and from here I want to choose this global dark color, and I want to make its font size small, so go to typography and make its font size to 17 pixel. Then here is the option for changing the design of this description. From here let's give it a color. Okay, here we also want to save this color, so let's save this and name this to fade, and also reduce the font size of this text, so let's make it to 14 pixel. And here I also want to reduce the line gap between this text, so for this here you can see a option line height. From here you can control the line height for this text. Okay, so our icon box looks perfect, but after that I want to add a link to our services page so people can see our services, and from here they can also go to our services page. So for this here I want to add a button, so let's drag this button widget here, and here let's customize this design. So first of all let's change this text to view more and change the font size from here, okay, 17 pixel, and also make these two bold. And here we don't want any background color for this button. Let's make this background color to fully transparent. Okay, but we cannot see our text, so let's make a dark color for this text, and also remove the padding for this button. So make this padding to fully 0 for all sides. And after that, under this button I want to add a line right here, so that's how our button will look better. For adding a line like this, we need to add a widget called divider. Okay, let's drag this under this button here, and first of all I want to make its width to the same width of this text. So from here you can control the width. Now it's in percentage, but let's make it to pixel and make it to 91. Okay, and let's give it a color. Go to style and go to colors. From here let's set the color. Okay, this yellow color, and I also want to save this as named yellow. Okay, we cannot see this properly, so increase the weight for this divider. Let's make it to 15 pixel, and I don't want this upper and lower gap, so let's reduce this. And I want to place this divider right after this button here. So for this I also want to give some negative margin for this divider. So go to advanced and remove this clip icon and make some negative margin. Okay, but here you can see this divider is overlapping over this button, so we need to put this button above this divider. For this, let's click on the edit icon for this button, and here go to advanced, and here we need to increase our z index. So if we make it to 1, okay, we can see that this button is now above this divider. Cool. Okay, lastly here I want some space after this paragraph, so go to this icon box settings, and I want to add some bottom margin. For this, give it to 10. And here lastly I want to add some right padding for this whole column. So for this, go to this column option and go to advanced, and from the padding let's remove this clip icon, and on the right side let's give some padding like 90 pixel. Okay, that looks great. So our first services box has done. Now here on these two remaining column we will create our other two services, but here we don't want to start it from scratch, so we can copy all of the things from this column so easily. Just right click on this column here and click on duplicate. Okay, you can see our whole column is duplicated right here, and I want to duplicate this once again. And here let's remove these two remaining empty column, delete this and also this. So we can see we can save a lot more time by simply duplicating our columns or any elements. So right now for this remaining two column I want to change this content. So for this one let's change this content. Okay, we have changed our content. But here for this view more button I forgot to put the link for the services page. So let's go to our content and here write our service page. Okay, you can see here our services page on this suggestion. So select this, and I want to put the same link for all of the buttons. Okay, our services page also looks really good. And lastly here I want some gap between this heading and this inner section. So go to here advanced and make some top margin. Okay, so right now if we save our page and go to preview this, okay, our banner looks amazing. and also our services section looks very perfect. And here we also need some gap for our next section. Okay, then go to create our next section here. So let's click on this plus icon to add our new section and choose this one column layout again. And here as before we will use the same design of this small heading. So let's duplicate this and drag this inside here. Let's change its text to this, and here let's align this to middle, and then again duplicate this one. Here we will also make this to full width, so go to advanced and make the positioning to the default settings, make it to default, and here let's select the alignment to middle, so go to content and make the alignment to center and change this text from here. But here we need some padding, so go to this section settings and go to advanced and make some top and bottom padding. Remove this clip icon and make the top padding to 150 pixel, and for the bottom make it to 100 or 95 pixel. Okay, now in this section we will include all of our works and also separate them by our work category. For adding this kind of portfolio gallery, we need an widget called filterable gallery. So here if we search for filterable gallery, okay, we cannot see that right at this moment, because for this widget we need to add an additional plugin. So let's go to add new plugin, and here let's search for the essential add-on. Okay, let's install this and also activate. Okay, after activating this, here we need to refresh our page, but before that let's save our changes and then refresh this. Okay, now if we search for that filterable gallery, we can see that widget, so let's drag this under here. Okay, here this will be our single portfolio items, and here each of these item will be inside an specific category, and you can also filter that category from clicking here. And on the left side, if we go to this filterable control option, from here you can create the categories for the portfolios. Right now there is only one category. I want to name the item to this, and from here you can also add a new category by clicking on add item and give the category name. Let's create another one. Okay, we have created 3 categories, and this one is for showing all of your portfolio without any filter. Okay, after setting our category, here first of all we need to set our first portfolio. So go to these gallery items, and here you can see multiple items. You can also add any item, or from here you can also delete any of this, or here you can also this duplicate option, you can duplicate any existing item. So let's first edit our first portfolio item. From this field you can edit the title over here. So for this title I want to show the category name for this portfolio, so let's write down our category name. Okay, you can see that also here, and here for the item content I will put the name of this portfolio. Okay, so right now if we click on this graphics category, here we cannot see any item, but here I want to put that item inside our graphics category. So for this, here you can see we have given the category name to the graphics. We also need to put the same name for our control name here. Okay, right now if we click on this graphics category, we can see our first item is also included here. Cool. So after here, if we hover on any item, here we can also see a link icon and also a view icon. So when we click on this view icon, here we can see a light box, and from this light box we can also navigate through our portfolio items. And here is the link icon. So if you want to link this item with your portfolio URL, you can also put that link from the settings here. Okay, here is the link option for each of your portfolio item. So right now on hover, here I don't want to show these two icons. Instead, here I want to make this full box link to our URL. So for this, go to this settings option, and from here you can see an option full image clickable. Yes, turn on this and choose the full image action to link. Okay, right now you can see our icons has gone and this full image now has become linked to our portfolio URL. Okay, now let's go back to our gallery items, and here I want to delete all of these remaining items, and let's duplicate this. Okay, now we will change the content for our remaining items, but here I forget to change the background image. So go to here and choose an image for our portfolio. Okay, let's quickly change the other items. So we have put it all the content for all of our portfolio item, and here if we notice at this last item, for this on the control name we select multiple category, the web design and development. So from here if we go to web design, we can see this item, and also for our development category this item is also included here. That's how you can include a single item in multiple categories. Okay, right now I want to increase the height of the item, because you can see right now these are not in fully square size. So for this, go to settings, and from here I want to make the image height to 350 pixel. And after that, here you can also see another option, hover style. So when we hover over on that, we can also control the animation of this overlay and the text. From here if we choose to this fade in, okay, now we can see this design is also looks better. Right now I want to adjust the design of this section to make it more perfect. So go to style, and first of all I want to change the style for this control. So go to control style, and first of all here I don't want this background color for the active category. So for this, here you can see this is the active state for these categories, and here the text color is white and the background is dark color. So let's here make the text color to our dark color, and I don't want this background color, so let's make it fully transparent. And also for our normal state, let's make the color to dark. Here I want to reduce the gap between the items, so make the margin to 0, and I also want to adjust the padding for each item. Let's make it to 10 pixel. Okay, but on the left and right make it 15 pixel. And from the typography I want to make this font weight to bold, so make the weight to 700, and also make the font size to 14 pixel. And here you can see by default these text are all uppercase, but we want this to lowercase. For this, choose the text transform to this one lowercase. Alright, so next we will customize the hover state for this portfolio item. Let's go to this item hover style. From here, first of all, we will change the overlay background color. You can make it to any color like this red, or make it white. Okay, here I also want to increase the opacity to fully solid color, and then I want to change the text color of this, so make this title color to pink color, and also reduce the font size to 14 is perfect. and also make it too bold. Then let's change this bottom text. From here I want to make this to our dark color and also set the font size to 16. Okay, looks good. And also the weight 700. And lastly I want to make this to align center. Okay, right now that looks really cool. And here lastly I want some gap between here, so go to this advanced tab, and here at the top let's make 50 pixel, 45 pixel margin. So we have made our portfolio section on this home page, and here you can showcase your best working portfolio, which is very important, and having a good portfolio really make you stand out from the others. Okay, so after that I want to add another important section, which is our testimonial section, where you can add your clients' good feedback. So it's also very helpful to create good vibes about yourself or your company to your new clients. So right now let's make another cool testimonial section here. So first of all, let's add a new section here, and I want to take this 2-column layout, and here now I want to use a testimonial widget. So here search for the testimonial widget, select this one. Okay, here at this text you can show the feedback of your client, and you can also add the image of your client's name, their designation. All you can organize inside this testimonial widget. So first of all, let's change the text, and here let's upload the image of your client, give your client's name and also their designation here, and I want to align all of this to left. So here, before styling this widget, let's first add background color for this section. So go to style and choose the background color to our pink color, and here above this background color I want to add an background overlay image. So go to background overlay, and here choose the background type classic and upload an image. Okay, this one. So you probably can't see it properly. Let's here increase the opacity. Okay, right now you can see a pattern above this background color, and here for any background image or overlay I want to make the position to center and size to cover. Perfect. Then let's some padding at the top and the bottom, make it to 120, 25, and also at the same at the bottom. Okay, now let's design this widget. So go to this widget's style tab, and from here first of all I want to make this text color to white and make it to bold. And also for the name I also want to make the color to white color, and this is for the title, that means this text here at the bottom. Let's make its color to this and reduce the font size to 14, and I want to increase the gap between this text. So for this let's increase the line height for this 1.5. Okay, so right now I want to copy this widget and paste it on the right column. Then from here I want to change this content. Okay, our testimonial section is also being added. After that, here I want to add a team member area where we will show the information and the images of our team member. So again, let's create a new section, and here as always let's copy this heading from here and paste it here, and also for this heading paste it here. And let's change this text, and here first of all I want to give some padding for this section. So go to section settings and go to advanced and make the top padding to 130 pixel. So in this section after the heading I want to add a 4-column layout with some of our team members images. So first of all let's add an inner section, and make it to 4 column. And here on this first column, let's add an image box. So search for image box. Okay, here we will put our team members image. So let's upload an image from here and give the name for this member and also the designation for this member, and then go to style. And from here, first of all, let's increase the image size to 100%, and here increase the spacing between the text and the image, so make it to 20 pixel. And for this content, go to here, and first of all, let's adjust the spacing here, make it to 4, and change this blue text color to our dark color, and also change the font size from here to this 14 pixel. Okay, it's too small, let's make it to 18 pixel. And for this description, let's make its color to our fade color, and also change its font size to 14. Okay, that looks really nice. Now as before, let's copy and paste this and also change this content. Okay, we have updated our content with our team members smiley images, and here at the top add some margin. Go to advanced and make the top margin to 60 pixel, and here I want to make this heading in 2 lines, so go to this advanced tab and go to positioning and make the width to custom, make it to 800 or 780. And here for making this widget to middle, go to this column and make the horizontal align to center. Perfect. Okay, so far we have done this all of our section and everything looks really cool. So after that, here I want to add an featured blog section where we will show our latest blog post. So if you want to get a lot of organic traffic to your website through SEO, writing blog post for your website is one of the most important thing. So that's why I always suggest you to having a blog on your website. If you have a business website, that is really very helpful to get you more traffic and more clients to your website. Okay, so right now let's add our featured blog section here, and from here let's duplicate this as before, because for each section we obviously need some headings to describe about this section, otherwise people cannot easily figure out how is about the section. Okay, so let's add another big heading, so I copy it from here and paste it, and here also add the padding at the top and bottom, so make the padding to 100 pixel. And then here we need to add an post grid widget, so here search for post grid widget. Okay, so right now we cannot see it here because we need to enable this widget from our essential add-on settings. So for this, go to dashboard and go to this essential add-on settings and go to this element option, and here you can see by default some of the widgets are disabled here, so enable this post grid widget and click on save settings. Okay, now we need to refresh this page, but before that let's save this page. Now if we search for the post grid widget, okay, we can find that here, so drag this to this place. Okay, right now we cannot see enough content because first of all we need to create our blog article from our dashboard. So here first of all let's save this page, and we need to go to our dashboard to create our article, so go to post, and here first of all let's delete this to post. So right now we will create a post from scratch. So go to add new, and here let's give the title for this blog post, and at the bottom from here you can create the content for this blog post. Okay, so from here if you want to make a new paragraph, you just need to put enter and you can start writing another paragraph. So let's put some dummy content inside this blog post. Okay, and here you probably notice this edit with Elementor button, and this is also available for our blog post. But for blog post we don't need any complex layout. That's why here we use this simple Gutenberg editor. And from here you can also do a lot of things, like if you want to make a link to a specific portion of the text, like I want to make this text a link. So let's select this, make it a link from here. Okay, now this is a link, and there are also other formatting options, and inside your content you can also put any images. So like here after this paragraph I want to add an image, so let's click on this plus icon, and from here you can add different blocks inside your blog post. And here if we click on browse all, and here you can see there are a lot of blocks you can add inside your article. So you can also embed a video or an table or an image. So here let's add an image and let's upload from our media library. Okay, this one. So inside your blog, when you need to add an image at a specific position, you can do that from here. Okay, then let's go to this post option. Here you can see a category option. From here you can create categories for your blog post. So for creating categories, let's click on this add new category button, and here I want to create some categories. Okay, add new category. Okay, we have added our category, but for this post I want to include this only inside this programming category. So let's unselect the other categories from here. Okay, so after category, here are the tag option. From here you can write some tags, like for this post. So let's write some tags. Okay, we have added some tags for this post, and then here is the option for featured image. So let's add an featured image from here. Okay, we have created our blog post. Now click on publish, and right now following the same process, let's also add some another blog post. Okay, here we have created some blog post. Now if we go back to our home page and refresh this, here we can see our latest blog post has automatically added on this widget. So right now we need to design this layout. So click on here, and first of all I want to show only latest 3 blog posts. So make this post per page option to 3. Okay, and go to layout settings, and also make the column from here 3, and from here you can choose different layouts, but I would like to make it to grid. So here you can see a lot of options. So first of all, from here I want to change the image size. Right now it's 300 by 300, so that's how you can see here a low resolution image. Let's make it to medium large. Okay, now you can see our image resolution looks much better. Then here I don't want to show this content text and also this author information. For disabling this, go to here, show excerpt. I want to disable this, and also for hiding this, let's disable this show meta option. Here instead of this read more text, I want to put see more. Okay, then let's design this. Here first of all I want to remove this border, so here choose the border type to solid and also make the border width to 0, and here on this thumbnail style we don't want to do anything, so go to this next option. Here first of all let's change this text color, make it to dark, and also on hover we don't want this bluish color, so also make it to dark. And this text looks so big, so for this change the font size to 18. And here for the blog post we want to make all of the letters to lowercase, because if you notice all of our pages you can see most of the headings are all of lowercases. So to make the sync of the design we also want to make this title to lowercase. So from here let's make the text transform to lowercase. Okay, then I want to align this text along with this image here. So from this margin option I want the left margin to -15 pixel, and at the top let's make it to 10 pixel, and at the bottom I want 20 pixel gap. Okay, then design this see more button, so go to this read more button style and increase this font size to 14 pixel, and here I want to make the background color for this button, so let's make the background color from here, and also change this text color to white. And here without padding this button looks really weird, so let's make some padding to 15 or 14 pixel. On the top and left I want to increase this to 40 pixel, and for this button I also want to make the left margin to -15 pixel. Okay, our blog post looks really cool, but here on hover we don't want this overlay style, so go to hover card style, and from here let's choose the animation to none. Okay, and here you also need a little bit spacing, so go to the advanced and make the top margin to 60 pixel. Okay, our blog post section has done. Now we will create our last section for this home page. So here we will create an call to action section where we will also put a button to go to our contact page. So from our home page people can also go to our contact page and they can contact with us if they need our service or they may have some inquiries. Okay, so right now let's quickly create our call to action section with one column. So in this section let's copy this heading from here, and I also want to include this button, change its text, and also for this, and here for this contact us button I want to put the link of our contact page. Okay, so for this section I want to add a background image, so go to this section's style and from the background let's choose an image. Okay, this one, and also add some padding at the top and bottom. And for this background image, as always, let's make position to center and also the size to cover, and we also want to add some overlay, so go to overlay option and make a color. Okay, but it looks too dark, so let's reduce the opacity to 0.3. Okay, but we forget to change the text color here, so let's make it to white, otherwise we cannot see it properly. And also we need some spacing, so give some margin at the bottom. Now let's save our page, and if we go to our preview, right now we can see our home page looks really cool. Our services section, our featured portfolio section, and this is our client testimonial, and we have also added our team members images. After that, from here you can go to your blog post page. So if you click on any of these blog posts, this will go to the single blog post where you can see the details about this post. And lastly, this is our call to action section. So everything looks perfect, but here I want to do another thing. When I click on this button, I want to scroll down to this page at this services section. So for this, first of all, we need to give an ID for this section. So here for this section, if we go to the advanced settings, here you can see there is an option for giving the CSS ID. Okay, let's give an ID. I give it to service. You can give it any ID name you want. I name it service. So let's copy this ID from here and go to these button settings, and here on that link after this hash, if we put the same ID of that section, and right now if we click on this button, okay, we can see we're scrolled to this services section. So let's save this. Okay, our home page has been completed. Now next we will create our about page. So for this, let's go to this page, and from here let's click on this edit page, and we are gonna also build this page with this Elementor editor. So let's click on edit with Elementor. Okay, on this about us page, first of all we need to add a banner like this home page. So this one. So let's copy this section from here and paste it inside this section here. Okay, but here for this about us banner, we don't want this button, so let's delete this, and here let's change the text, and here we don't want to make this section to full height, so go to this section settings. Let's remove this height from here, and I want to give some padding at the top and bottom, so go to advanced and make the top padding to 130 and make some bottom padding. And here also let's change the background image, so go to style, and from here let's choose this one. Here I also want to change the transparency for this background overlay, so go to background overlay option and reduce the opacity. Okay, 0.3. Okay, then as it is our about page, so here you need to talk about yourself or your company, so that's why we will create a section with the text about your company, and we will also add some images. So let's create a new section, and here first of all let's add an heading, but now we don't use this heading widget, we want to use another heading widget. Okay, you can see here this is the dual color heading. So if we drag it here, you can see this is basically a dual color heading, so you can use two different color in this same heading. Okay, so here we don't need this paragraph and this icon, so let's first remove this, and here we want to make it to our dark and pink color, so go to our style and go to color and typography. So from here we can control this dual heading color. So first of all let's make the main color to our pink color, and this solid color to this dark color. Okay, then from here let's increase the font size to 45 pixel, and here you can see all the letter in uppercase, but we don't want that, so make the text transform to lowercase. Okay, so here we also need to update our text, so go to our content, and from here this is our first part of this text, and also change the second part. Okay, here this text looks so busy, so we need to increase the line height a little bit, so we can go to this typography and here increase the line height to 1.3, and here I want to make this heading a little bit narrow, so go to advanced and make the width to custom, and let's make it to 1000 or 1050. Okay, after the heading we will add some paragraph, so go to here and we will use this text editor widget. Okay, let's put some content here. Here let's make the font size too small, so go to typography and make it to 14 pixel, and also change this color to this fade color, and it also looks too wide, so also reduce its width. Go to positioning, make it to 915 pixel, but we need to align this to center, so go to this column settings and make this horizontal align to center. Then let's add more content here, so let's copy this paragraph, basically duplicate this and also change this content here. Okay, but here we need some spacing, so at the top paragraph here I need some bottom margin, make it to 42 pixel. Okay, then here I will add some images, but before that at the top let's add some top padding. Make this top padding to 140 pixel, and then here I wanna add two images in two columns, so let's add an inner section. Okay, on the left column let's add an image widget, and also on the right column. Okay, but here we want to make these two on same height, so let's go to this image settings and go to style. Here is the option for setting the height for this image. Let's make it to 545 pixel, and also do the same for this. But here you can see that these images looked shrinked, so to get rid of this, from here let's select the object fit to cover, and also for this image make it to cover. And after that here I want to make this first column here the 2/3 of this section and make this image to 1/3. So we can do that easily by dragging this column left or right, or we can put an exact value for this column. So let's go to this column settings, and if we give it to 66.66% width, it will be perfect. Okay, lastly we need some gap here, so give some top margin. At the top give the margin to 95, and at the bottom let's give it to 20 pixel. Then here after this content we will put some of our services which we already did in our home page here. So let's copy this whole inner section from here and paste it over here. Okay, our services section has also included inside this page, but right now in this page I want to modify this a little bit. So first of all, I don't want this view more button here, so remove this. Then here I want this alignment of this text here to center, so go to the settings of the icon box and go to content and make the alignment to middle. And for the columns we also don't want this right padding, so go to this column settings and go to advanced, and from here let's make it to 0. Okay, that looks not so good, so let's make 25 on both sides. Okay, perfect. And here we will do the same style for the remaining two items. So for this, as before, if we copy this widget and paste it over here, and after that from here we need to change its content, but here we don't need to do that. So let's first delete this, and here instead of pasting this widget, first of all we need to copy this from here, and here instead of pasting this widget, if we select this option paste style, Here you can see we copy only the styles from this widget, but the content here is not changing. So it's sometimes very useful when you need to copy the styles from other widgets, but you also don't want to change that content. Okay, like this. Also paste the style on here, and here for this remaining two column we also don't this padding, so let's copy this column from here and also paste the column's style. Okay, that looks perfect. So right now here also I need to add some spacing, so go to this inner section, advanced section, and at the top let's increase the margin. Next, here we will add a skill section where you can talk about some of your great skills. So you can include here your technical skill, or if you have any soft skill like leadership, communication, creative thinking, or like teamwork, you can also include that here. So here we will show that with a nice progress bar widget. So let's see how can we make that. Add a two column section, and first of all we will add some heading on the right side. So let's copy an heading from here and paste it, and another big heading, and then also add an paragraph. So copy this and put it under here, and also change this text. Okay, here we need some gap, so for this heading let's put some bottom margin to 15 pixel, and on that right side we will add a progress bar widget. So go to here and search for progress bar, and here you can see two progress bar widget. This one is from the Elementor and this one is from our essential add-on. Both of these are same with a little difference, but here I want to use the essential add-ons. Okay, you can see this nice progress animation that looks really cool. So first of all I want to add one of my skill. So this is basically Angular framework. If you are a web developer or if you have a web agency, you can also include this type of programming skill in that section. Then from here you can change the value of your skill. If you feel more confidence, you can make it to near 100%, but I want to make it 90%. I'm not that expert at Angular. So right now let's design this. Go to style, and here I want to make this dark color to pink. For this, go to this fill option, and from this background option choose classic, and you can select your color from here. Let's select this pink color, and I want to make it more thin, so let's reduce its height to 8. And from this typography option, from here you can change the typography of this text and also this text. Here let's change the typography for this title. I want to make this to 18 pixel, and here you can also adjust the gap between this line and this text by adjusting this line height here. Okay, and let's also change this text color. So from here you can do that, make this to fade, and then also customize this percentage text. So also makes its font to 18 pixel and adjust this line height. Okay, 1.7 is perfect. And also let's make its color to this fade color. Okay, now here under this I want to add my another skills, so let's duplicate this. Okay, then here put the skill name. I want to make it to WordPress and make this value to 95, and I also want to change this fill color. So go to style and this fill option and make this color to this yellow, and then let's also customize this. I want to make it to Laravel and the percentage to 80%, and also change the fill color. I want to make it to another green color, so from here I want to paste my color code. Okay, Here I also need some gap between these widgets, so go to this widget settings and go to advanced and make the bottom margin to 23 pixel, and also for this one I want to make the same 23 pixel bottom margin. Okay, now on this left column you can see here we need some spacing. Okay, so go to this column option and go to advanced, and I want to make 10 pixel padding, which is the default padding for columns, but on the right side I want to make it to 65 pixel. And then for this section I want some top and bottom padding, so go to section settings and give some padding at the top and bottom. Let's make it to 130 pixel. So our skill section is done. And then here we also want to add our team member area. So as this is our about us page, so obviously we want to add our team members in this page. And you can see on our home page we have previously do this here. So from here I want to just copy this whole section and paste it inside here. Okay, but here we want to include all of our team members, so I want to duplicate this column once again, and here I also want to add my other team members images, so let's do that quickly. Okay, we have updated our content, and here we want to reduce this gap. So for this inner section we have previously used some top margin, so I want to remove that from here, make it to default. And also for this inner section I also want to make it to default. Okay, and here I also want to change the text for this heading. And for this heading here on this page I want to make a different style. I want to make a background for this heading. So for this let's add another section at the top and add a new section, and inside this section I want to move this to heading, and here I want to make this heading to full width to make it to center properly. So go to this settings, go to advanced and remove this width and make it to default. So right now for this section go to this style settings, and from here I want to add an background image. Let's choose this one. I want to make a dotted background image. Okay, and as always I want to make it to the size to cover, and you can see we need some top and bottom padding of this section. So go to advanced and make some top and bottom padding. And here under this section I want to add a call to action button to our contact page. So let's copy a button from our home page, copy this one and paste it over here. Okay, then add some space at the top. So go to advanced, and at the top I want to make 45 pixel margin. And lastly let's adjust the padding for this whole section. So go to settings and advanced, and here reduce the top padding to 60 and also give some space at the bottom. Okay, so right now if we save our page and preview this, okay, we can see our nice banner, this text and this nice skill section, our new team member section with this newly designed heading, here all of our team members and this call to action button. Everything looks perfect. Okay, now after about us page I want to design our services page. So let's now go to services and again click on edit page and click on edit with Elementor. So now on this services page you can add all the services you provide to your client. So on our about page here you can see we have included some of our services, but on this service page we will include all of these. But before that let's add another section where we will talk about some great qualities of our company. So for this, let's add a new section, and first of all let's copy some heading and also change this text. And then here I want to add a 3-column layout, so let's add an inner section, and you can see here are 2 columns, so let's add another one. On this left column, first of all I want to add an image, so let's drag this image widget here and change this image, and under this image I want to add an image box widget. So from here let's search for image box. Okay, here as we already used an image, so we don't need this image for this image box. So from here I want to delete this, and after that on this heading you can add the quality of your company, and also can talk about that on this paragraph. So let's add some text. Okay, so first of all I want to adjust the height for this image, so go to this image style and make this height to 250 pixel. Okay, but to get rid of this image get shrinked, we need to set this object fit to cover, and then here you also need some bottom spacing, so go to advanced, and from this margin let's add some bottom margin like 20 pixel. Okay, then let's design this text. Here first of all I want to make the alignment to the left, so go to style, go to content and make this alignment to left. And for this heading I want to reduce this size, so go to typography and make it to 22 pixel. And for this paragraph I want to make it to 14, and also wanna change its color to this fade color. And for this heading I want to make it to dark, and from here you can change this gap between this heading and the paragraph. I want to make it to 15. Okay, now I want to duplicate this column once again, and let's delete the remaining empty column, and I want to change the content for this remaining 2 column, so let's change this. Okay, we have changed our content. Now here we need some spacing, so go to the margin settings and make the top margin to 80 pixel. And for this whole section I want to add some padding. Okay, that looks good, but here I want to reduce the width for this heading, so go to this heading settings and go to advanced, go to positioning and make it a custom width. Okay, but for make it to center, make the column alignment to center. Perfect. So the top section for our services page is done. Now we will create the main section for our services page, where we will include all of our services. So let's add a new section, and inside this section I want to paste the exact same section I have used here on this about page. So let's copy this and paste it here. Okay, and here I want to add more services, so let's duplicate this one more time, and here let's change the content for our all services. Okay, we have changed our content, and here we have included all of our services. So right now here I want to change the color of some icon to not make this section look boring. So for this icon I want to make this color to yellow, and for this one I also make it to yellow, and also for this one make it to yellow. And here I also want to add just the spacing between this, so go to this inner section settings and make the margin to default for this one. And here for this top inner section I want some margin at the bottom, so go to advanced, make it to 95 pixel. Okay, And here lastly, for this whole section, I want to add some background color. So go to this whole section settings and make a background color. Okay, we make a light background color for this, and we also need to add some spacing. So go to advanced and make some padding. Okay, now our services section looks really cool. So after our main services section, here I want to add a featured section. So if you have to tell something special about your services or your work quality, you can add this kind of featured section. So on this featured section, I want to add a 2-column layout, and on this right column I want to add an image, and on this left column I want to add some text. Here first of all I want to add a dual color heading. So we have already used this on this about us page here. So simply copy this and paste it inside here and change this text and make this alignment to the left. So let's remove this center alignment. Okay, so after this heading I want to add some paragraph. So let's copy and paragraph from here. Basically for the paragraph of this website we have used some dummy content, but on your website you must have to do some meaningful content that really makes sense. Okay, so let's here change the paragraph text, and after this paragraph here I want to add a list so we can show the quality of your company or your work using this list item. Okay, for this here I want to add a widget called icon list. Okay, this one. So you can see basically it's a list, and for each of the list item you can add some unique icon. So if we go to the icon item settings, from here we can change this icon. Okay, I want to choose this circle and also change this text, and from here let's duplicate this item and also change this content for this item and also for this, and I want to delete these items. And after that here I want to add a link to our portfolio page. So we will use a button here, and right now I want to use the button style same as this. So let's copy this button from here and paste it, and we also need the divider, so also copy this divider from here and paste under this button. Okay, and let's change this link to our portfolio page, and here I wanna change this text to view work. Okay, then on this right side we need to change the image. So here let's choose an image. Okay, now on this left side here it's look really weird, so we need to design these items. First of all I want to reduce this gap here, so let's add some negative margin at the bottom. And here for this list item, first of all I want to change this color for these circles. So go to style and go to this icon settings and make this color to our pink color, and I want to reduce the size to 7. And then from this text I want to make this to bold, so go to typography and make this font family to 700, and also change this text color. So let's make it to this dark color, and from here you can also change the gap between this icon and the text. I want to make this to 15, and this text also looks really busy, so also add some spacing between this list item. So go to list and make the space between to 15. Okay, lastly here we need some gap on the right side of this column and also at the top and bottom. So go to this column settings and go to advanced and make the padding to 10 pixel on each side, but on the right side I want to make it to 70 pixel. And for this section let's add some padding. Okay, so here also for this left column I want to make the horizontal alignment for all of the content to the center, so this can also align with this image. So for this section settings, if we go to this layout, here we can see an option vertical alignment. So if we make it to middle, we can see that now the content inside these columns are vertically aligned to the middle of the columns. Okay, our featured section is also done. Now here at the bottom I also want to add the call to action section to our contact page. So we have already done this on the home page here. So let's copy this and paste it. So that's all in our services page. Right now let's save this and go to our preview. Okay, we can see that our services top section looks really cool. Our services main section, our featured section, and also this call to action section, all of this looks really cool. So we have done our home, about, and services page. So next to go to our portfolio page, and here we will add all of our portfolio. So go to edit page and click on edit with Elementor. Here we will use the exact same widget we have used on our home page right here, this portfolio widget. So we need to copy this from here, and if we paste it here, okay, this is our portfolio. But here on this portfolio page we will not only show these 6 items, but we will show all of our portfolios. So we need to go over here, and from gallery items let's duplicate this, and we want to make its category to web design, and also the item name to web design, and make the name of the item content to this. Okay, so we have also added another item here, but here we cannot see that, because if we go to the settings option, here we can see right now the items to show is set to 6. So here we can see maximum 6 items. So if we make it to 7 or more than that, we can see our newly created items here. Okay, here we need to add another image for this. So from gallery items let's put an image for this. So right now on these settings we will not make the items to 7, we will make that to the 6. But here after these 6 items we will add a load more button. So initially it will show only these 6 items, and when you click on this load more button it will also load more 6 items under here, and again when you click on load more it will again load another 6 items, and so on. Okay, so to enable our load more button, here you can see this is the option for load more button. Here we simply need to enable this, and here you can find some option for load more. So you can change this load more text from here, or when there is no more items you can also set the no more items text from here. Okay, right now we will make this load more button to look like the other buttons of our website. So we will design that. But before that let's add some more items from here. Okay, we will create all of our items. Now I want to organize this properly, so let's drag this over here. Now let's go to our settings, and now here you can see the customization option for designing the load more button. So from here, first of all, let's change this background color. I want to make this to pink, and also change this font size. So go to typography and make it to 14 pixel, and here I want all of this text in lowercase, so make this text transform to lowercase. And here I don't want any border, so make the border radius to fully 0. Then also here give some padding, so make the padding to 20 pixel, and on the right and left I want to make it to 40 pixel. And here is also this box shadow option. I want to make this yellow box shadow. I paste the yellow color code here and adjust the position of this box shadow. Okay, then lastly here we need some spacing from the top, so you can control this from here, the top spacing. I want to make it to 80. Okay, now here we need some spacing for this whole section, so go to this section settings, go to advanced and make some padding at the top and the bottom. Okay, but here at the top I want an heading, so from here let's copy this heading and paste it. Okay, this goes down here, so let's drag this above this widget, and here I want to change its text to portfolio. Now if we save this page and preview this, okay, here we can see our portfolio page, and if we click on this load more button, we can see all of our item has been loaded. Here we only use these 9 items, but if you have 100 or 1000 portfolio, you can include all of them inside your portfolio page. Alright, so after portfolio, let's go to our blog page, and here we don't have to do nothing for this blog page. All the blog has included in this page, and you can also see this sidebar, our recent post, our archives, our categories and other post metas. So we can also customize our blog page from our customizer, but we will see that later. And before that, we need to create our contact page. This contact page is really very important, because if you have all of your services, your portfolio, and you don't have any contact page, that's not really make any sense, because your clients need to communicate with you to work with you. So that's why we need to create our contact page. So let's click on contact, and here click on edit page, click on edit with Elementor. So on this contact page, first of all we will add a Google map over here. So if you have an physical office and you want your client to communicate with you, then you can embed your location throughout this Google map. So from here let's drag this Google Maps widget here, and here on this location field you need to type your location. Okay, after typing our location, here you can see our location is immediately pinned on this map, but here we cannot see that location properly. So from here we need to zoom this. Okay, now we can see it properly, and from here you can also set the height of this map. Okay, let's make it 500, and here I want to make the map to full width of this page. So we need to go to this section settings, and here you can see this content width is set to box. I want to make it to full width, but here you can also see some gaps here, so I want to make this column gap to no gap. Okay, now it's fully full width. Okay, after that here I want to add our information on the left side here, and on the right side here I want to embed a form. Click on this plus icon and choose a 2-column layout, but here in this case I want to make this one. Okay, on this left column I want to add some text, so go to our home and I want to copy this small heading, so copy this from here and paste it, and make the alignment to left, and here I want to change the color to our fade color, so make it to fade, and let's also change its text to this. And then here we will also show our address, so from here let's copy this big text and paste it over here, and here write our location, make the alignment to left. Okay, but here this text looks so big, so go to style and make the typography. I want to make its font size to 25 pixel. Okay, after our address, here I want to reduce the spacing here, so make some bottom margin from the top text. Great. Okay, after our address, here I want to add my email address and also my phone number, so people can also communicate to me through this email and phone number. Let's duplicate this, and here I want to make it to information, and also duplicate this text. Here this is the email address, and I also want to put the phone number, so here is the phone number. So here for this email address, I obviously recommend you to use a professional email address, which also include your domain name like info@jiturayan.com or contact@jiturayan.com. So this type of email address always looks very professional instead of your normal Gmail or Yahoo mail address. And it's also very important to look professional, especially for your business website. So I obviously recommend you to use this kind of email address, and you can easily create this type of email address from your Bluehost account. Okay, so right now this text looks so messy. I want to adjust the spacing between that, so here I want to make some bottom margin, and here these two text I want to make this closer, so here I put some negative margin. Okay, right now this looks great. Okay, after that, here on the right side we will include our form. So if we go over here and search for the form widget, and this is our form widget, but if we try to drag this, we cannot use that because this form widget is available inside Elementor Pro, so we cannot use that in Elementor free version. And if you look at this lock icon over here, so that means you cannot use this widget. It's only available when you purchase Elementor Pro. Okay, so we do not use that, but no problem, we will use another widget. For this we need to install a new plugin called WP Forms. If we go to our plugins, go to add new, and here search for WP Forms. Okay, we need to install this one and then activate this. Okay, after activating, go to this WP Forms and click on this add new button, and from here you can give a name for your form. I will give it to contact form, and from here you can select any of this template, or if you want to start from scratch you can use this blank form, but I want to continue with this simple contact form, so click on here, and this is our simple contact form. Here is our name field, this is the email field, and this is the message field for inserting the messages. And here on this right side you can see here are several options for inserting different kinds of field. So if you want to include a number input, you simply drag this over in this form. Okay, but we do not use numbers, so let's delete this. And from here, for each of this field you can also get some customization option. So if you go to this name field here on this right side, from here you can customize this field. Here I don't want this first and last name field, instead I want to make it only one field, so make it too simple. And here go to this advanced option. Here this is the option for setting a placeholder for this input. I want to make the placeholder to this. Okay, you can also see this placeholder here. Okay, then let's customize this one. I want to make this email fields placeholder to this, and here you can also see this record option. So I always suggest you to make this email as required, because this email field is very important. If your client keep this empty, you cannot communicate to them, or you cannot also reply to their email. Okay, after that, for this message, I also set its placeholder. Okay, after customizing our fields, from here if we go to settings, from here we can also customize other option, like we can customize the text of our submit button, the processing text from here from this notification. We can also configure our email settings. So here you can see the send to email address is set to admin email. So that means when someone submits this form, all the information is sent to your admin email. I wanna keep this default, but if you want to receive that on your another email, you can also change that email from here. Okay, and here this is your from email, so the from email is also set to the same email, and this is the reply to option. So when you click on the reply button on your email, this email will be sent to your this email. So here you can see this code field ID 1. So that means this is the email ID from your input field. So when you click on this reply button, this reply will be sent to the user's email. So basically the email address from here. Okay, now here in the message it's set to all fields. So that means you will receive all the information from that form. Okay, then next if we go to confirmations, from here we can set different confirmation type. Like if we select it to message, after submitting this form we can see a message like this. We can also customize this text from here, and if we set it to show page, we can also redirect our user to another page after submitting the form. You can also set that page as link from here, or you can also redirect the user to another URL. I want to make it to the default message. So right now click on save, and we need to again go to our dashboard and go to this essential add-on option, go to these elements, and from here we need to enable our WP Forms widget. Okay, this one. So let's enable this and click on save settings. Okay, now let's go back to our contact page, and we need to refresh this page to get our contact form. Okay, but before that let's save this and refresh this page. Now here search for WP Forms. Okay, we will choose this one, which is from essential add-ons with this icon. So let's drag this, and from here we need to select the form. Okay, we will select our newly created contact form, and here is our contact form. But here we don't want this title, so let's disable this. And we also don't want to show the labels, so also disable the labels. And here we want to show the name and this email field on the same line. So to make this, we need to go back to our WP Form settings and go to this field option, and from here for this name field, go to this CSS classes option and click on show layouts and select this layout, and I wanna include this on this first column. So select the first column from here, and for this email field go to this classes option, and from here I wanna select this second column and click on save. Now if we refresh this page, we can see that these two fields is now on same line. Okay, now let's design our form. So go to this style settings, and here first of all I want to change the border. So go to this input and text area option, and from the border type option choose the border type to solid and make the border width to 2 pixel, and also change the border color to a lighter color. So let's make this to this color. Okay, then from here you can change the input height and width. I want to make its height to 58 pixel, and you can also separately control the text area height from here. Let's make it to 130 pixel, And here for this input text, I want some padding from the borders, so let's give some padding here. I want to make it to 20 pixel. And lastly, I want to make some spacing between these fields, so you can control it from here, 10 pixel. Then from this typography, I want to change the font size to 15 pixel, and this text looks too bold. I want to make this to normal, 400. So after customizing this field, here I want to design this submit form. So I want to make this to look similar to the other fonts of our website. So if you go to this submit button option, from here, first of all, I want to change its color, this background color, to pink, and also this text color make to white. And here it looks too small, so add some padding. Here let's change the typography. I want to make it font size to 14 pixel, and let's make all the letters to lowercase, so make the text transform to lowercase. And as always, I want to add the box shadow for this button, so go to this box shadow and add our yellow color. Make the position of this shadow to bottom and left. So then here I need some space, so you can control that from here. Okay, our forms is now looks great. Now we need some padding for this section, so go to this section and go to advanced and make some padding. Okay, but here for this left column, I want some padding on the right, so go to this column settings and go to advanced and make the padding to 10 pixel on each side, but on the right I want to make it to 25 pixel. And here I want to align this text with the top of this button, so at the top I want to make the padding also the 25 pixel. Perfect. Okay, now let's save this and go to our preview. This contact page is now also looks really great. People can communicate with us in different ways. They can communicate with us through this Google Map. They can also manually email us through this email, or they can contact through our phone number, or they can easily contact with us by submitting this contact form. So now it's not only looking great, but it's also 100% working. So now let's test our form. If we give here the name and click on submit. Okay, you can see this confirmation message, and you can also customize this text from this WP Forms option. We have shown that in a few moments ago. Okay, now let's check our email. Here we can see we have received an email from our contact form, and with this information, the client's name, the email, and this message. And here is the reply button, so when you click on this reply, you can see this reply is set for this client's email address. So that's how you can continue communicating with your clients through your mail, and after that you can also communicate with your clients through other platforms like Skype or Slack or Trello, whatever you want. So our contact page is done. Now let's go back to our blog page. Okay, on this blog page here you can see our all the blog posts, and on the right side here this is our sidebar, and inside this sidebar here you can see this is a search bar from where we can search our post. This is our recent post, recent comments, archives, categories, meta. Here each of these called a single widget. So if you go for our dashboard and under appearance, go to this widget settings. Here we can also see our sidebar, and inside this sidebar we can see each of our widgets. So from here I don't want this recent comment widget, so let's click on here and click on delete. And here if you want to add a new widget, you can add this from this right side. You can see here different kind of widgets. So let's insert this one. This is an calendar widget. Okay, now if we refresh our page here, Okay, you can see our calendar widget is added, and if you want to add a title before this widget, you can add this from this title option here. Okay, now click on save, and if we refresh this, okay, our title is also added here. But here on this blog page, I don't want to show a calendar. It's not really very useful, so let's delete this. I just want to show you how you can add or delete widgets from your sidebar. Okay, so now refresh this page. Okay, then you can also have some customization option in your customizer settings. So from here, if we go to this customize option, here inside blog, you can see two options, blog or archive. This one is for your blog page, and this single post option is for your single post page. So let's first go to blog or archive, and here you can control different portion of this page. Like if you don't want to show this featured image here, you can hide this by clicking on this eye icon. Here you can also hide this top portion, the title and this post meta. Okay, but I want to show all of this. And from this meta section, you can also control the post meta right here. So from here, I don't want to show this leave a comment link. So let's disable this from here. And here I want to show the publish date after this author. So let's enable this publish date. And you can also change the position of this post meta by dragging it up and down. So if we drag it here, we can see our date is coming at the first, then the categories and the author. Okay, but I want to put it at the bottom. Okay, then here if you select it to full content, on this blog page, we can see the full content for each of these blog posts. But obviously we don't need this, so let's select on excerpt. Okay, now only a small portion of the content is showing here. Then from this design option, from here you can also control the font size for this title. Okay, this is all of our blog post settings. Now let's go to our single blog post settings from here. And from here also, if you go to any single blog post, okay, on this single blog post you can also customize the settings as before. So here we also don't want to show this link, so disable this and also show this publish date. And after that, here is the related post option. So if we scroll down here and if we enable this option, here we can see the related post section. So for this single post, here these posts are related. Basically these two are in the same category of this main post, so that's why it's inside related post. Okay, from here we can control this title here, and here we can also control the layout. If we want to make a one column, we can do that from here, or you can also set the number of posts from here. Right now it's 2. Okay, I also want to make the column to 2. And after that, from this post query option, you can also configure your related post. So if you want to make the related post filter by same tags, you can select this option. Okay, but I want to make these 2 categories. And from here you can also order your post. Right now it's ordered by the date. You can also order it by different parameters from here. And from here you can select the order. I want to make it to descending because I want to show the newest post at the beginning. Okay, so after that, from here you can also customize this post meta for this related post. Here I also don't want to show this comment and want to show this publish date. Okay, then here if you want to show the post excerpt, you can also enable this. Okay, but I want to hide this. And from this design tab, here are some more customization options, like setting the font size for this title from here, or another design option for the related post. Okay, so right now if we go back from here and inside this sidebar, from here you can also customize the position of this sidebar. So right now it's set to right sidebar, but if we make it to left sidebar, we can see the sidebar is now on the left side of this page. And if you don't want this sidebar, you can also choose this option, no sidebar. Okay, I want to make this to default, and from here you can also specifically set it on your blog page or your single post page. Then if we go back to here and go to global option, go to colors, from here you can see this link color option. So this link color is basically reflected to all of the links on our blog page. So you can see these blue colors all over here. But if we want to make it to our pink color, so let's first copy our pink color from here. If we go to our global settings from Elementor, these global colors, here is our pink color. So let's copy this color code from here, and if we paste it over here, okay, right now you can see the colors for all the links of our website is now the pink color, which is matches with the rest of our pages. So everything looks good. And also I want to change this button color to pink, so let's also change this theme color to our pink color. Okay, that looks perfect. So right now let's click on publish, and if we go to our blog page, okay, right now here we can see our blog post looks really cool. And if we go to any single blog page, here we can also see everything in pink color, and also these links are looking really nice, and this comment button color. Okay, so you can see we have customized some design of our blog pages from our customizer settings from here. But if you still don't like this design and want to more customize this page, you need to upgrade to the Elementor Pro, where you have the full control over your blog page. So you can customize it from the theme builder. If we go to our dashboard, here under templates you can see this theme builder option. Okay, here you can see this archive option. From here you can fully customize your blog page like you edit the other pages with the Elementor builder. So from here you can customize your blog page, or if you want to customize any specific category page, you can also do that from here. And you can also customize the single post page, and here is the search result page. You can also customize that, and this is also the header and footer builder. So with Elementor Pro you can also fully customize your header and footer. So you can put anything you want inside your header or footer using the Elementor Pro theme builder. Okay, now let's go back to our home page. Here you can see our home page looks really very perfect, but if we resize our browser, we can see from the mobile device width, this heading looks really very big, which is weird. And also you can see for the services section, the layout is also messed up, and we need to fix the other section from here. So right now we will make our website responsive for all of the devices. And the good news is Elementor has already this built-in option to make your website responsive for all devices. So here if you go to our Elementor builder, and at the bottom left corner you can see this responsive mode icon. If we click on here, you can see now our page is showing in mobile mode, and from here at the top icon you can also switch the devices. So it's our desktop devices, and this is our tablet mode, and this one is for our mobile devices. So first of all, let's fix our website for the tablet devices. Here for tablet we want to reduce the font size for this heading. So if you go to here and go to style and go to typography, so right now here if we set the font size to 58, you can see this font size is reduced a little bit. And if we again go to our desktop mode, here we can see our font size is still here 62 pixel. So on the tablet, here this 58 pixel is only applied for the tablet devices. It not affect our desktop devices. So then here I also want to reduce the height for this banner section. So go to this banner settings here, and here I want to set the minimum height for the tablet to 0. I don't want any minimum height. Instead here I want to use padding at the top and bottom. So go to advanced and go to padding, and here I want to make 10 pixel padding on each side, but on the top and bottom I want to make it to 100 and at the bottom to 120. Okay, now this looks perfect on tablet. Then let's go to our mobile devices. Okay, here you can see for our mobile devices this font still looks so big. So go to this heading style and go to typography, and here I want to make it to 35 pixel. Okay, and for this banner section here you can notice that this section's padding is inherited from the tablet devices. So when you put some value for the tablet, it's also inherited to your mobile devices. So right now this banner section looks perfect for each of our devices. So next go to this services section, and here this services text looks super big. So first let's reduce the font size here. Go to this edit headings, go to style and make the typography to 125 or 26 pixel. Okay, but here you can see this services text goes over this heading, so we need to increase the Z index for this heading. So go to this heading settings from here and go to advanced, and I want to increase its Z index to 1. Okay, now it looks perfect. Then here for each of our services you can see these blocks looks really narrow, so here we need to reduce the right padding for the columns. So go to this column settings and go to advanced, and I want to reduce the padding to 10 pixel, and also for this I want to make this to 10 pixel, and also for this one 10 pixel. Okay, now this section also looks perfect, but here we need to reduce the padding because on tablet this spacing looks too much. So let's go to this section settings and go to advanced, and here at the top I want to make its padding to 75 pixel, and on the left and right I want to make it 5 pixel. Okay, now it looks perfect. Then let's go to our mobile devices. Okay, for mobile devices we also need to reduce the font size for this heading. So go to this typography, and I want to make it to 70 pixel. Okay, 63 pixel looks perfect, but here we cannot see this text because this negative margin. So go to advanced, and I want to reduce the negative margin for this. I want to make here minus 10 pixel negative margin, and I also want to reduce the font size for this heading. So here go to typography, and I want to make it to 20 pixel. Okay, now this section looks really nice for our mobile devices. Now if we go to the next section, here we can see this heading also looks very big, and we have also used this same size heading for all over our website. You can see here. So now, not to make you bored, here I want to reduce the font size for this type of heading for all over our website, and I also want to adjust the padding for each sections on mobile and tablet devices. Okay, so let's quickly do that. Okay, we have adjusted the heading size and padding of each sections for all of our pages. Now let's do the remaining part. So here are these sections, looks perfect on tablet. This one is also looking great, but here you can see for these team member sections, these team members images looks really very small. So we need to make each of the images half of the column. So go to this column settings here, and I want to make the column to 50%. So make it to 50, and also for this one I want to make it to 50, and for all of this I want to make it 50. So let's copy the column style, and you can also paste it for each of the columns. Okay, now it's looking perfect. After this, our blog section also looks really nice, and this call to action also perfect. So let's check our home page on the mobile devices. Here this banner section looks perfect, this one looks great. Okay, but for this one here I want to reduce the gap here for this category. So let's edit this and go to style, and from the control style I want to make its padding to fully 0, but here we need some margin between these items, so I want to give here the margin to 10 pixel. Okay, but at the top and bottom I want to make it to 4 pixel. Okay, now it's look perfect. Here this section is also looking great, this one has no problem. Okay, our home page now is fully responsive, and we go at the top. Here on the heading we can see our site title here, and also for our tablet devices here is our site title, but we don't want to show our site title here, so we need to fix that from our customizer. First of all, let's update this and go to this customize. From here, if we go to header builder and go to logo, here you can see we have previously disabled this display site title option, but from here if we go to this tablet mode, for our tablet this display site title option is enabled, so let's disable this here. And also for mobile devices, let's disable this. So right now this site title is removed from all of our devices. And now on this header on our right side, here you can see this is our menu. So if you click on this, here you can also see our pages, but here these pages are not properly organized. So for this we need to configure our mobile menu from our customizer. So if we back from here, here you can see this off canvas menu option. So go to here and click on configure menu from here, and here you can see for our desktop our menu is set to main menu, and for our mobile and tablet devices we need to set this off canvas menu from here. So let's select this same menu, this main menu. Okay, now if we click on here, we can see our menu is also organized for our mobile and tablet devices. So right now here I don't want this pink color, so let's go back from here and go to design, and here I want to change this link color to our dark color. Okay, and also for this toggle icon we also want this dark color, so let's click on here and go to design, and from this icon color option I also want to paste our dark color. Okay, right now it looks great. Now click on publish and let's go to our home page. So our home page is now fully done. So now let's make responsive our about page. Go to here and click on edit with Elementor and go to responsive mode and go to this tablet device. Okay, for tablet devices it also looks fine, but here for these images I want to reduce the height, so I want to make its height to 400 pixel here, and also for this one I want to make it 400. Okay, and here for this skill section I want to make these two columns to 100%. So go to this column settings and let's make the column width here to 100%, and also for this make it to 100. And here for our first column, you know, we have already used some right padding, so I want to remove that from here. So go to column settings, go to advanced, and I only want to make 10 pixel padding from each side. Okay, right now it's look perfect. Then here also for this team member section I also want to make each of the team member to 50%. So go to column, make it to 50, and let's copy the style from here and paste for all of these. Okay, so our about us page looks perfect for the tablet devices. Now let's go to mobile mode, and here it also looks great. Okay, everything looks perfect. We don't have to do anything for the mobile devices. Basically, Elementor from out of the box do your 80% of responsive work. So here you only need to do some fixes to make sure everything works properly. Okay, so our about page is done. Now let's save this, and then let's go to our next page, our services page. Click on edit with Elementor and go to this responsive mode and click on this tablet icon. And here first of all you can see these images looks too long, so we need to reduce its height. So go to its settings and go to style, and here for the tablet I want to make it to 180 pixel, and also for other two. So let's copy the style from here and also paste it. So this section now looks fine. Okay, and here for this featured section I want to make this column to full width. So go to this column settings and make it to 100%, and also for this one let's make it to 100. Okay, but here I want to do one more thing. I want to place this image at the top of this text, because in this case placing the image at the top of this text make it more sense. So how can we do that? We need to go to this section settings and go to advanced and go to responsive, and here you can see an option reverse column. So from here if we turn on this, here we can see our this two column is reversed. So basically our last column goes to first and our first column goes to last. Okay, and I also want to do that also for our mobile devices. So let's also check this. That's fine, and also this section looks good. Now let's go to our mobile devices, and here this section looks fine. Okay, our services section. Okay, but for this section here, for this column we have added some padding. So go to this column settings, and I want to give here only 10 pixel padding. Okay, now it looks good. So let's save our services page. Next, going to edit our portfolio page. So this is our portfolio page, and here go to responsive mode, go to tablet, and this page here looks already responsive for our tablet, so we don't have to do anything. Then go to our mobile devices. Okay, so here we need to fix that. So go to this portfolio widget and go to style, and under control style, here I want to make its padding to 0 and also make the margin 10 pixel, and at the top and bottom I want to make it 4 pixel. Okay, perfect. And if we go over here, we need to reduce this spacing from the top of this button. So for mobile devices, go to this load more button option, and here for this top spacing I want to make it to 45 pixel. Great. And here if you notice, for some of the fields you can see the responsive icon over here. So you can also switch to other devices by also clicking on here. You can go to tablet, mobile, on desktop, and here for some fields you cannot see this responsive icon, like this background color or text color or border. We don't see any responsive icon here, so that means it's not responsive. Like here this pink color is applied to all of the devices, so for this kind of field we don't have any responsive options, because basically this type of field we don't need responsiveness, so we do not want to change the color on different devices, and that would not be also a very good idea. Okay, so right now let's save this, and then let's go make responsive our last page, which is our contact page. And here we don't need to do anything with our blog page. This blog page is automatically make responsive, so we need to only do with our contact page. Here let's go to this responsive mode, and here it looks fine. But for this section I want to make it to full width, so make it to 100%, and also this make it 100%. Okay, and go to mobile devices. Here this one is also looking great. So right now let's save this contact page. And lastly, I want to take a final look for all of our pages and want to check it from all of the devices. So first of all, let's go to our home page. Okay, this page looks great on desktop. And from here, if you are using Chrome browser, you can easily check your responsiveness by right-clicking on anywhere and click on inspect. And here I want to reduce the height from here by dragging it, and you need to click on this toggle device toolbar icon. So after that you can drag the device width by dragging it like this. So this is basically our tablet mode. So from our tablet, all of the sections looks really good for our home page. And if we go to our mobile view, and here I want to show this page on 360 pixel width, so you can specifically set the width from here. So let's make it 360 and press enter. Okay, now this looks really great. Our navigation menu also looks fine, and if we scroll down here, everything looks perfect. Okay, next go to our about page. If we go to here, okay, we can see this page also looks great for our mobile devices, and also for our tablet devices it looks great. Okay, and for the desktop, you know, it's also perfect. So let's go to the services page. Okay, here this one looks great. Our images is at the top, then here is the text, and let's go to our mobile devices. Okay, this page also looks perfect. These images, the services section, everything looks great. Okay, then our next page is the portfolio page. Okay, you know, this page is already looks perfect, and also for our tablet devices this looks great. Then next go to our blog page. But for tablet, here we forgot to change the menu color. So first let's customize this. Go to customizer and go to this menu option and go to design. Here you can see we have put this dark color only for our mobile devices, but here you also need to put that on tablet. So first let's copy this color from here, and from here I want to go to tablet, and let's make this color to this dark color. Okay, now save on publish, and right now if we refresh this page, okay, now our menu color looks perfect. Okay, so then let's go to our blog page. Okay, on the tablet this blog post looks nice, and after this blog post here is our sidebar, and if we go to our mobile devices, this also looks perfect. Great. And let's check our contact page. Okay, here is our Google Map. This is our contact information, this contact form, everything looks great. And go to tablet. Okay, this also looks perfect. So now all of the pages looks great for all of the devices. Alright, so thank you so much for spending a couple of hours with me, and I wanna congratulate you because now you can make this exact same website as your business or your portfolio website. And following the principle of this tutorial, you can make almost any kind of website. So get ready with a cup of coffee and follow my easy 4 steps, and you can launch your own website within the next 24 hours. Thank you again for having with me, and I will see you on my next